Good morning, my people. Today's Tuesday the 30th. Here we go. Hold on tight. January 30th. No regrets for being kind. We approach people with love and kindness, carrying within ourselves a deep and abiding respect for the feelings of others. It works. Step 9. Can already tell you I ain't there yet. I'm just joking. I've never regretted being kind, the speaker stated. The rest of us in the meeting thought about those words for 2 seconds and nodded in agreement. It's hard to argue with that. Probably for nearly all of us, treating others with kindness, love, and respect was more difficult an act of addiction than it is now that we are clean and striving to be better people. Maybe we were burned by others who treated us kindly but wanted something in return. Very likely we had the same manipulative tendency. Playing either role in this dynamic only reinforces our mistrust of others. If we were up to no good, then so was everyone else. Working steps 4 through 9 is a reality check on our past behavior. By the time we get to the amends process, we're prepared to face the hurt we've caused other people. Mostly through our selfish and carelessness, we witnessed the results of manipulation, our disregard for the feelings of our loved ones, and the damaging ways we treated others. The speaker went on, treating others with kindness is like an ounce of prevention for our chronic condition of addiction. It lowers our risk of doing or saying something we'll regret. And it has the added benefit that we won't have to make as many amends. While we certainly don't have to wait for any step before we show and receive kindness, our relationship to the spiritual principle within will deepen as we work on ourselves. We learn to be more thoughtful about the words we use. We no longer use people to get what we want, although we cannot completely prevent hurting or disappointing other people or stop them from being angry with us. We don't want to make the same mistakes. Through our commitment to recovery, we develop a genuine respect for others and maybe a little belief in humankind as a whole. No regrets there either. I have many choices today. One of them is to be kind. I'll opt for that. Yeah. It's funny that this is the reading for the day because we I had a little situation this morning. And maybe it was in my head, maybe it wasn't, but this lady kept like looking, and I'm like, I'm on the treadmill running, and I'm like, what in the fuck? But I wanted to like stop the treadmill, go over there, like, yo, but my deliveries, I try to be like blunt with people, but man, people can't handle that shit anymore. They take it as they're like super offended. And it ain't just me by anything, like, especially like if someone says something about you and then you just walk up like, yo, why'd you what are you talking about? And they're like, oh my God, so, but yeah, I try to, and I do treat people with kindness. I don't try, I definitely do. And I try to instill that in my kid too, cause she be wanting to get all crazy. I'm like, my mom would have had me on the floor beating me. So we're going to definitely respect our elders, even if we don't like them. Yeah, man, I try to treat people with kindness because, a lot of the way that I treat people, is reflects on how I'm feeling. And I try not to ever do that. But, I do have my people, and they're the closest people to me that I take my stuff out on, usually, if I do it. And I'm not saying I'm perfect or anything like that, but that's like one thing I can't stand. Like, you're having a bad day, so you're going to treat me like shit? No. I don't like that shit, so I try not to do it, but I fuck up, so I try not to do that. But yeah, man, it definitely treating people kind, man, and treating them with respect and dignity, and not gossiping about them, and talking shit behind their back and then hugging them. Oh, I want to say you do good. I'm so glad you're here. So, I'll try to stay away from them people too. Anyway, on to this one. Giving it away. We must give freely and gratefully that which we have been freely and gratefully given us. Basic text, page 49. In recovery, we receive gifts. One of the greatest gifts of those gifts is the spiritual awakening that begins when we stop using. Growing stronger each day, we apply the steps in our lives. The new spark of life within is a direct result of our new relationship with a higher power. A relationship inundated and developed. Inundated, yeah, I think that's what it is. And developed by living the 12 steps. Slowly, as we pursue our program, the radiance of recovery dispels the darkness of our disease. One of the ways we express our gratitude for the gifts of recovery is to help others find what we've found. We can do this in any number of ways: by sharing at meetings, making 12-step calls, accepting a commitment to sponsorship, or volunteering for H&I or phone line duty. The spiritual life given to us in recovery asks for expression, for we can only keep what we have by giving it away. Just for the day, the gift of recovery grows when I share it. I will find someone with whom to share it. So I'm sharing it with y'all, and that's what I try to do every day. This has become a part of my recovery. It's a good, positive thing. I get good feedback from it. I mean, even if I didn't get good feedback from it, I'm still going to do it because I do it for me, and, it's, anything to keep a fucking needle out of your arm, to keep you from terrorizing your fucking community. You know what I mean? I mean, there's an addict out there. This dude said this last night. He's like, there's an addict out there right now, breaking in something or doing something that they don't want to do to get another one. There's someone out there performing a sex act to get another one. You know what I'm saying? In our community. You know what I'm saying? So, the shit is real, man. And people, you can't keep what you have if you don't give it away. Like, that shit didn't make sense to me when I first started coming around. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? But, it makes sense to me. Like, you gotta be able to share this stuff with people. And this is one way I found to do it, because people get, like, don't know there's another way, man. And people get stuck in, that same repetitive shit that they've ever known. Maybe their parents were the same way, but there's a different way to live. And, like, I'm a fucking, park bench junkie. I'm the worst of the worst probably when I was using. And, I go to prison every time, and just to maybe give some people some fucking hope, man, or just to brighten someone's fucking day, man. Just know that, I've been down a rough road, and I've just now been out of prison 6 months, and, I'm every day is a little step closer to who I want to be. But the main thing the number one thing I don't do is I don't use, which just, that just, the domino effect on things that I don't do because I don't get high, is a lot, cause I'm a terrorist, man. I'm not one to sit around and ask anybody for shit. So, I definitely get out there and get it. And as a result of that, I catch a lot of felonies and I go to prison. So, it's a vicious cycle, and that's where it goes. Like, there's never a question like, is Ian getting high? Like, is Ian here? Because if he's getting high, he's not going to be here, right? I'm not coming around. I don't fucking want to be around anybody that's clean talking good shit. Today's Tuesday, y'all. We're doing a roof in the mountains, so I'm gonna be up in the mountains again today, trying to get some footage of this church so I can put together something cool on a video. So, man, I love you guys. I hope you guys have a good day. Don't use. Go to a meeting. Call your sponsor.